Hi everyone, and welcome back to my channel. So I'm filming all the colouring pages that I've done in this October 2020. Today it's the 28th, but I have to acknowledge the fact that I am not going to be able to colour any more pages. So I've got quite a pile, I think it's 13 or 14, but I wanted to show you this one that I finished today and I'm so pleased with it. And I know I said I was over Halloween and I couldn't be bothered with it, but I saw this image from Teri Sherman, which you'll have seen in the thumbnail of this video, and I had to do it. So here he is. The lighting in this room is awful, and it doesn't really show up the colours. Let me try and put another light on, hang on. I've got overhead light, 2 lamps, well, I'll lift him up so you can see. And I fell in love with the image. It was £2, £2, and I love Teri Sherman. So I hope you can pick that up. I wanted the kind of change from human into zombie, and the image is called Let Me Out. And I could just imagine while I was sat here colouring it, filling it in, that this pre-zombie was on the turn, was saying it's okay, it's fine, you can let me out, I'm not going to hurt you. So there we are folks, happy Halloween. So I succumbed to Halloween as soon as I saw this gorgeous image by Teri Sherman. Now this is on Etsy, like I say, I paid £2 for it. Now what I was thinking before Halloween is over, if there's any of you out there that want to do a colour along of this, I had so much fun doing it that I've kept the colours out, and I'd be more than happy to do that with you so we could do it together. You could get your copy from Teri and we can do it together. But I'm so pleased with how it turned out. I just wish you could see the proper colouring of it. So this was Neo Colour 2s for the green and the flesh, the little bits of what's normal flesh left. I can pick that up. And then polychromos, and I used a tiny bit of silver pencil just to bring out the fencing in the forefront, and I'm thrilled with that. So please let me know if you want to do a colour along. I'll willingly do that, and I'd be happy to do it with you. It was such good fun, I'd love to do it again. But yeah, I just wish I could get the stupid lighting in this room to focus properly. Okay, enough of Teri Sherman, artist. You guys know I love him. Or it could be a her, I'm not sure. So I'm going to start with the 2 that I'm least happiest with. And after the Colour in Heaven magazine came out, and I have done one in there, I went ahead and purchased the grayscale version of Jeff Hayne Whimsical Fantasy Cats colouring book, because I loved the grayscale images. And when I got my Derwent Artist pencils, I tried it out in here. Let me find the image for you. Of course that wouldn't be, and it's just, the whole of the images that you had in the Colour in Heaven magazine, but grayscaled. So I did this with my Derwent Artist pencils, and I was really happy with how some of it turned out, but the pumpkin, unfortunately, the black printing must have smudged a little bit, I think. So what I'd probably do if I was going to do again in this book would be to either fix it first or print it onto some different paper. But as you can see, the artist pencils did a grand job, they really did. It's just a shame about the smudge in here, but I suppose you could get away with it with the fact that it could be like an old pumpkin, I suppose, been out. Halloween's maybe nearly over. So yeah, so these are the 2 that I'm least happiest with, and I love it, I like it, it's just I was disappointed with the ink sort of smudging through. So that was Whimsical Fantasy Cats, the grayscale version. Let me lift that up because it's a glossy cover. I don't know how you pronounce his surname. So there's that one. And then I did one in a jewellery box, and I'm quite disappointed with how this turned out. And it's not going to be like that all this month, I promise guys. The rest of them I'm happy with. I just want to get these out of the way. So I did this one, and let me zoom you in slightly. And everything looks so washed out. I hope it doesn't look like that when the video goes up. And this is a mix of all sorts. And this background I can't take credit for is Julia's passion for colouring. I saw her image of it, loved it, and thought I'm going to recreate that. So I did Americana acrylic paint, just neat on the background, and I used white Posca pen, you know, the really fine one, these ones, the 0.7 mil, that one, to do the bigger dots. And then I used a white jelly roll to make the finer, smaller dots. What have I used? Derwent pastel for her face, eyes, skin and hair. Then I used Prismas to give a little bit more definition into the base of her hair, deepen it up a little bit. And so that's it. So I used, I used the Posca 7mm ones for the silver and the gold, pastel, and a tiny bit of Prismacolor. And it's okay, but I've smudged on her skin when I was doing it and it ruined her skin. She looks so pasty in this image, but you can see the metallic there. But she has got some colour around her, but I smudged it, and so I'm a bit annoyed. Anyway, moving on. Let's close that. Put my paper back in. So that's Jewellery Box by the wonderful Hannah Carlson. Then next, and I think these are in order of how I did them, because I laid them, let's move back out, I put them on a shelf as I'd finished them, so I think they're probably in order, I'm not sure, you know what I'm like, scatty brains. So I did this one, Who Could Resist? So yeah, and I've mixed up my media this month and I'm really quite happy with the results. I'm going to come out slightly, that's it. Let's tip you up. There you go. That's better. Yeah, and I'm really happy with the results. I don't normally do that, but there was just colours that I wanted that different sets had got that others hadn't, so I thought I would do that. So I did Polychromos for the hat, for the brown on the hat. The green is Black Widows. The blues are Arteza Expert 120. So I mixed it right up there, and I'm really, really pleased with the result of how he turned out. I love how his eye came out. Really cool. And his clothing. A little mouse. I think there's a metallic, metallic pencil on his skull and crossbones and his little sword, but I doubt if you'll pick that up in this stupid lighting. I'm thrilled with him. He's lovely. So that was page 36 of the Colour in Haven's Fantasy Cat Special. Gorgeous edition. Okay, then I did Fairy Miracles. Now I know a lot of you have got Clara's new book, but there's so many other books and supplies that I want that I can't justify the postage for it at the moment. There probably will come a day where I get it, but it will probably be 10 months, 12 months behind everyone else. So I pulled this one out, and as you know, I'm trying to work through books that haven't got any colourings in them at all. So I thought I would give this one a whirl, and here it is. I hope you like it. I'm really pleased with it. It's Derwent pastels and a little bit of white Posca pen. I think it turned out beautifully. So yeah, really happy with it. Really, really happy with it. And who knew that the pastels would work so well on this paper? I can't really get on with, I have tried with normal pencils on this paper. I've started this one and it just drives me bonkers. Although it looks okay, it's such hard work to get it to try and blend smoothly. But There we are. So I'm thrilled with that, and I know that this book I will probably continue to use my pastels and maybe deepen it up with some pencil, but I'm really happy with how it turned out. Yeah. So that's The Wonderful Fairy Celebrations by Clara Markova. And then I did another book that I've never coloured in, Girl with Music, I think this one is, and oh my god, it's an amazing book, this is, because I love books where you get the image that you can copy, and I think I had it on a postcard, this image. Let me find it for you. Here she is, and I'm thrilled with her, absolutely thrilled with her. She's bright, and the skin is got definition. I love the way I just love everything about it, and I'm really happy with how she turned out. And you'll be surprised to know that this is not pastels. So normally I do realistic colour hair, really boring. And I just thought, I saw the postcard and I thought, I'm going with it, she's going to have violet hair. So this was a mixture to this page, and a mixture of Crayart oil pencils, Polychromos and Arteza. Now I can't tell you now which was which. I think the flowers are Crayart, and her hair. The skin would definitely be Polychromos. But other than that, I can't tell you anymore. Her little dress down here, Polychromos. And I just love her. Isn't she beautiful? This book is outstanding. So I was watching a video today, and forgive me, I can't remember who it was, but they were doing a flip through of Forest Girls, and that's got the images that you can copy on the other side. I've ordered it, fell in love, thought that's it, gotta have that. So yeah, I'm thrilled with this. For such a busy page, I had so much fun doing it, I really did. I'm going to hold it up because the lighting is just drowning everything out. Yeah, lovely, really pleased. The paper quality in this book is amazing. So look at her, just beautiful, can't wait to do them. So that was Girls with Music. Then I did another colour in Haven. I did Endangered Animals. I had already done one in here last month, but I love it so much, and I'm a huge Tim Jeffs fan, as you know. So I just did a quite simple one, and I did this little dude, which is a Corroboree frog. I don't know if that's how you pronounce it. And I picked an image that I could copy and transferred it onto here. So nice easy one, and I used Black Widows. Gosh, I hope you can pick those colours up because they're fantastic. I've reconnected with my Black Widow pencils this month before I got my artist pencils, and I'm loving them. With the whole range of colours, that 145 colours is just outstanding. So yeah, I'm happy with this little guy. Yeah, lovely. So that was the Endangered Animals Colour in Heaven by Tim Jeffs. And then because I enjoyed that one so much, and I hadn't coloured in the intricate inks yet, let's move that. No, it's not going to make any difference. It's that one that's causing the glare. There we go. I hadn't coloured in this one, and I enjoyed doing the Colour in Heaven one so much that I thought, I'm going to pull this out and I'm going to have a go. So this will be the first one that I've coloured in here, but I loved it. Look at him. Isn't he adorable? So I pulled again. This is, I believe it's a Jaguar. Let's have a look. Just, I don't want to tell you wrong. Page 22. Yeah, Jaguar. And I pulled an image from Amazon. God, I've got it on the brain. Google, and printed it off as my reference. And let me just stick that back in. No, it's not having any of it. And I did this with Derwent pastels, Derwent pastel pencils, and a little bit of Black Widow just for his eyes. And I love it. I can't wait to do more of Tim's work. It's just absolutely amazing. A little bit of white Posca to bring out his whiskers. and he's just darling, isn't he lovely? I do apologise for the lighting, it is a shame, but I'm really happy. I'm really happy with how he turned out, and I can't wait to do more in this most fantastic book. I mean, the other Jaguar, look at that one. I think that's it. Yeah, look at that one. That's Jaguar the One. It's just an incredible book, and I adore colouring his work. So I was brave, and I did it. I think this is the very first one. Intricate ink, animals in details. I could be wrong, but it's the first one I had. So, yeah. Then, we did a colour along together. And we did Fairy Tale Princesses and Storybook Darlings by the wonderful Hannah Lynn. And we did this as a 3-part colour along on my channel. And this is how she turned out. Again, she looks completely washed out. We used pastel pencils and Posca pens for the silver, and I used some cheap metallic pencils that I'd found in Lidl or Aldi, can't remember which one, and we produced her. I'm trying to get you so you can see all the... I've put glitter on her wings. I hope that's showing up. And I gave her a little bit of a glow. She's Tink. Isn't she beautiful? So I am really pleased with how she turned out. I do apologise for lighting. I really hope that it shows up better on the screen than I'm looking at on my little LCD screen. Yeah, so I wanted her to have this wonderful glow of magic pushing out the dark. So I just did these little edges of dark. But majority, the whole thing, pastel pencils, the colouring, and then some folk art, sorry, acrylic clear glitter paint, and that gave the shimmer on her wings, and there is some on the bottle, but I don't know if you're going to be able to pick that up. I love her, she's gorgeous. Again, another book that I hadn't coloured in, and now I have. So we're slowly getting there through my great piles. It would help if I stopped buying more. Okay, then we've got my most favouriteest book, I think, in the whole world. And I've brought more of his work. Alice's Adventures in Wonderland by Charles Santor. And I've brought more books. I think I've got 2 more. And I'm just in love. I want to complete this book. So I did this gorgeous Alice. And I'll lift her up for you. Isn't she cute? There you go. And I get the inspiration from the thumbnails at the front of the book. If I lift it up and show you. Oh, I'm just making a mess. There, that was the image that I put together. Obviously there's detail missing, like there's no lights in the background, but yeah. I'm so pleased with her. I love this book. The paper with polychromos, oh I'm sorry, it's polychromos, black widows and cray art. The polychromos and the cray art work beautifully in this book. The paper feels quite smooth, but it actually colours on it beautifully. So I'm thrilled with her. I adore it. I just love it. And I plan for this to be my first completed colouring book. I think it's either going to be this one, there's still a long way to go, or it will be Linda Ravencroft that I finish. So that was that beautiful book. And then I did a page in Rita Berman's book, that World Under the Lupa, under the magnifying glass. Now, normally I'm pastels and I'm shy and everything's pale. So, wow! I did this one. Oh my gosh, it's a bit different to what I normally colour, and I love it. I love it. So this was a whole mixture. I did Pablos, and the Pablos work like a dream in Rita Berman's books. Black Widows, which were the leaves, because I love the combinations you can get with the Black Widows for leaves. Acrylic paint on the background, and because I painted over all Rita's little dots, I put my own in with white Posca pen, and I adore it. I am so pleased with how it came out. I love the bugs, I love the brightness and how they clash. I wanted them to, I don't know, I must have had a very good day and thought the world's bright and colourful. It certainly is in this case, but I'm thrilled with it. I absolutely love it. And I just thought to myself, actually, I'm so glad that I've got YouTube to share these images with you, particularly this one this month, because otherwise they just get a piece of wax paper shoved on the top and put back in the bookshelf, and it's a shame. And I really, really love this page. So yeah, completely unlike me. Maybe I need to do some more bright, clashy pages. So that was Rita Berman with that one that I can't pronounce. And then when my 120 Derwent artist pencils came, we did I did a review of them, and we did, instead of swatching, I chose the brightest page I could find, which is actually this one, and we did we started the page together so I could demonstrate the pencils working. This book is fantastic, and the paper's quite thick, and there is a little bit of tooth, but not an awful lot. And this was the page. I pulled it out, and we experimented with the Derwent artist pencil. So this is solely Derwent artist, and I wanted to try and recreate the front cover, and I think they did a damn good job, to be fair. So I finished it off camera. I love how they blend, they're amazing. I could have done a separate video really, but you know, I don't want to bombard you with the same things. They blend, they layer, absolutely incredible, and they're a pleasure to work with. And the only brights like this that I've found is in, you know, to have a good choice of these like bright bluey greens is the Pablos. And I know Prisma, you're going to say Prisma do, but not on the scale that Pablos do. They're quite limited in the artist, but more so than the 72 set. So I was really pleased with how it turned out, and just how they blend together, you know. I mean, look at those blues and purples. So I was thrilled with that. So that was in Birds art colouring book by Sandra Rushton. And then my very last one to show you, last but not least, was in Nocturnes, another book that I hadn't coloured in. So all of these I think this month, apart from the Alice in Wonderland, were books I hadn't coloured in. So I did post this on Instagram, and I'm really, really happy with her. She is the front cover, but I changed up my colours, and this is how she came out. So this is polychromos and a white gel pen, just simple. I hope you can pick up the colouring on her. And I've used, oh no, I lie, that these little drops, little pearls, I use liquid pearls. What colour did I use? I used it's not liquid pearls, it's Dovecraft 3D pearls. Does it have a colour? I cannot see. Oh yes, it is. There it is. It's a pastel cream, and that's how it came out, and I was really pleased with it. So I love her, absolutely adore how she turned out, and I'm really pleased with, I'm getting braver and braver at doing stronger blends. It's just a shame that my lighting, if I tip her like that, you might be able to see a bit better. I love her eyes. That was thanks to the front cover. I decided to mix two colours in. I just love everything about these books, and I don't have the new one sadly, and I really must get a copy of it. Love it, absolutely thrilled. So there we are. So folks, that's my colouring journey for this month. Gosh, I hope it doesn't look as pasty as that when I upload it. Please let me know if you want to do a colour along. I'd love to do it with you. yeah, just let me know before Halloween's through. We can do a bit of the wonderful Teri Sherman's art together. So thank you so much for your time and sticking with me throughout my video and coming with me for October 2020's colouring journey. And I'll let you go. I'll stop rambling on, and just let me know in the comments if you want this colour along. So until I see you next time, guys, take really good care of yourselves. Bye bye.